What's going on, you guys? It's your Huggable Hipster here, and welcome back to another episode of The Casual Nerd. I'm so sorry there was no Casual Nerd and lack thereof of one last week. It was incredibly busy with other types of content, and it was actually, I hate to admit this, kind of nice to take a break from the news for just a smidge, but we're back at it, and of course, we are going to be discussing more about the Activision Blizzard corruption. I'm just calling it corruption from now on because that's just straight up what it is. So The Witcher 4 Polaris, we're going to talk about that and everything we know so far. Microsoft confirms 3 Xbox exclusive Bethesda titles. Color me interested. And Microsoft Activision deal, gamers sue to stop merger. Gee, what could go wrong? So first we are going to go into The Witcher, and then we're going to go into the heavier topics. So The Witcher 4 Polaris, everything we know so far, and by everything we know, little bits and pieces that CD Projekt Red is going to give us. So it states here in the article that prepare your blade oils because The Witcher 4 is officially happening. CD Projekt Red confirmed back in March that it is now working on, in quote, the next installment of the Witcher series of video games, which will be, in quote, kicking off a new saga for the franchise. The Witcher Polaris, as it is codenamed internally, will be the first game of multiple games in the saga, which I really hope that we don't have another Cyberpunk 2077 situation on our hands, because this is a loved franchise. Okay, they're even going to be remaking the very first Witcher game, and I'm so excited for that. I still need to play the original. I'm so incredibly excited. I just really hope that they're going to take their time with this and they don't rush things out just to have them out for people. Because when we think about it, CD Projekt Red is a phenomenal development company. They make some absolutely incredible, innovative titles, but at the same token, I feel like at points they want to rush things out to get a fan opinion so quickly that they're really risking that. Honestly, I feel like they're just risking their reputation if they push it out the way they did Cyberpunk 2077. So next up in gaming news, Microsoft confirms 3 Xbox exclusive Bethesda titles. I must contain myself with all my thoughts right now. So it says here in the subheader that the 3 unnamed games were revealed as part of Microsoft's response to an investigation into their acquisition of Activision, which we'll be talking about actually a little bit, as you guys know. So it states here in the article that Microsoft has confirmed 3 Xbox and PC exclusive titles that are in development by Bethesda Softworks, which is interesting considering the fact that Starfield is going to be coming out, and I don't know if they're talking about that as one of them or 3 completely separate titles that we have yet to know about. Now, it goes into saying that back in January, Microsoft acquired Activision in a deal thought to be worth in euros 50 billion and USD 68 billion, with at least 16 regulatory bodies launching investigations into the proposed takeover since, in order to assess its likely to impact its competition. So they're talking about Call of Duty here. Earlier this month, America's Federal Trade Commissions released a statement saying it hopes to block the takeover because the proposed deal would see Microsoft, in quote, gain control of top video game franchises, enabling it to harm competition in high-performance gaming consoles and subscription services by denying or degrading rivals access to its popular content, which there's so many different ways to say this, and it's very convoluted, and I've been watching different YouTubers discuss this, and my brain is still, like Katy Perry in the fireworks music video. It's going off in all different directions, and I'm not sure what to make of a lot of this. So are they using Call of Duty as a way to say why this shouldn't be a takeover with Activision Blizzard? Are they using different games as a resource, not as a resource, as a way to stop the takeover? At this point, at first it was so simple. It was so simple because their MO was basically like, oh yeah, we want to be able to help workers who have been previously assaulted by different company members. So we want to be able to help people who have endured a bad workplace environment. And I was like, yeah, let's go, let's do this. And now I feel like it's morphed into something else entirely. Well, this completely goes into our next topic very smoothly. Microsoft Activision deal, gamers sue to stop merger. We're just going to go straight into it. It says here in the article that Microsoft faces legal action from 10 gamers to block its merger with Call of Duty maker Activision Blizzard. The lawsuit filed in a U.S. federal court says that the $69 billion, 56 billion euro deal by the end of Xbox console to make the purchase with its rival will create a monopoly in the video game industry. It continues on by stating that the complaint comes to 2 weeks after U.S. regulators filed a case with an administrative judge to block the deal. Now, are we sure that this is gamers who are suing? Or are these, spies of the people who want to stop this from happening? It could very well be that they're just posing as gamers to have a distraction. I'm not sure, but that's just one of my thoughts. The proposed acquisition would give Microsoft a, quote, fair, outsized market power in the video game industry, according to the complaint, and, quote, with the ability to foreclose, I'll read this again, with the ability to foreclose rivals, limit output, reduce consumer choice, raise prices, and further inhibit competition. However, Microsoft is defending the proposed acquisition and, quote, this deal will expand competition and create more opportunities for gamers and game developers as we seek to bring more games to more people, according to spokesman. I can honestly see both sides here of where it's hindering the game market, but also giving more jobs to more developers and more publishers and more people to be able to make really cool content. I'm just going to say this. There is no reason for Microsoft to own this many development houses and these many studios. There's no need. There has to be an equilibrium whenever we look at this objectively here, because whenever we see PlayStation, they don't own that many development houses. Like they just don't. They have a few here and there, but not as many as Microsoft does. And I don't know. I'm really interested in why Microsoft has to be this powerful whenever it comes down to it, because Microsoft makes great content. They have the best subscription service for their buck. They have a lot at their fingertips. You can play on mobile, you can play on PC, you can play on your console, you can play anywhere, you can play on the Steam Deck. But that doesn't answer the question. While they are good at what they do, they're very good at what they do, why do they need to be this powerful? And PlayStation is really bringing a lot to the table right now, putting a lot of their, console exclusives on PC. They're making a lot of their stuff readily available, and I love that PlayStation is doing that. It's the reason why I'm more of a PlayStation person than an Xbox person. Like, I love the quality that you get for their games. And while I might be kind of biased in the fact because I only just started playing PlayStation last year, I go where the product is. I go where the product shows the best performance. Right now, for me, that's PlayStation. In my opinion, it is going to backfire completely. I don't think the deal is going to go through at all. And if it does, there will be a shitstorm to deal with in the gaming community and in the gaming industry. But you guys, that is it for me. Oh boy, we had to deal with a lot. Again, my camera's doing the zoomies. There was a lot to discuss here today. There was a lot of stuff that we went into. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. And if you guys like my face and what I do, please be sure to subscribe and hit that bell down below. I make videos every day here on YouTube. And for this last week, there's going to be a lot of double uploads. Hence why this video is late tonight. Much later, actually. But may you find your worth in the waking world, dear hunter. Stay casually nerdy, and I will see you all in the next video. See you guys.